let's say you got a nice game you've been working on for a while, and now you want to make it so it's got a splash screen with the name of the game, and then you click something, and then the game starts, and then after you lose, there's like a game over screen, and then there'll be like some credits or whatever, you know. So how do you get to all these like different parts of your program? Let me start really simply with something like that. I'm just going to minimize what I have in here. There, I have a draw function with a background, and I'll make it something slightly not white, just for the heck of it. Okay, background number 1. Okay, so I'm just going to like copy that, and then inside here, say another background color. Right, let's go to a bluish kind of hue. There. Okay, so now I have 2 different backgrounds, you know, that I want to theoretically will be different screens that I want to alternate between, right? And then so like if I do something, it goes to another screen. If I do something else, it goes to another screen. Okay, so sounds like an if statement, yes. So we definitely can be thinking along the lines of if something, then change the background. Yeah. Let's just get that right in there. Yeah. Maybe if something else, change the other background there. So, oops. Let me get some space. It makes it a little easier there. If something else, right, then other background, right? And just close that up with a bracket. Okay. Identifier. If anybody's like, what's an identifier? Oh, it's just another name for a variable. Depends on what part of the world you're taking lessons from. What's my problem here? Oh, I haven't actually finished my if statement, basically. I could say if true, yeah, and then if false. No, I always do that. False. There we go. If true, it'll be this, you know. So then what some people will do is like var page 1 equals true, like that. Var page 2 equals FALSE equals FALSE, you know, and then like and then you can set this, toggle this between true and false or something, and it'll show one or the other background or something. But that runs into a problem as you get more and more pages. You find yourself, for everything that you have to set true, you need to go and set everything else back to false, and that just turns into a whole lot of work. So there's actually quite a bit better way to do that, and that would be just to say only have one variable for all the pages, and it will be page equals, I'm going to use a string of text to define it there. Okay, so if page equals intro, see, that's how to assign a value, and then the way to check would be if, let me just grab that and put that in there, and I'll immediately get an error because I'm trying to assign the value. Now I need to check, do a comparison to see if it equals intro. Okay, which it does, so I get the pink background, you know. And then, okay, how do we deal with this one? Okay, now, so we want this so to be like, kind of like this one or the other. There's another type of statement that we can be using here. Let me just bring this down. Okay. If page equals intro, background, put whatever in here for the first page. And then then the next condition down would be else if page equals, copy that, if page equals, say, game, say, or level 1, you know. Game's good. Game's good. You know. So, and then it's going to change to a different color. You know, background there. me just fill that in there. Okay, so clearly now all I have to do is change this variable up there, and it will change my background. Okay, so then what I like to do, and you can have as many of these as you want. I'm going to go if page equals. Now here I'm just going to put a number in there and assume that that is a level. And so yes, I can actually mix. This page is titled text, and this is titled text, and then I get to where I'm actually in game or something, and now I want to keep track of levels. It's easy to progress to the next level just by incrementing this value by 1. See? And then what happens, let's say, okay, well, I run out of levels. I've got I'm working on it. I plan on having 100 levels or whatever. I've got 10 done, right? When it runs out, what happens? Then you set a default, a final else statement, right? And this will be the game over, not game over, or credits, essentially, default. See. So after you run out of numbers, if I do a comparison, here, let me put a background color in there, and this one is also should be some different color there, and then let's put a background in our credit screen here. So I'll make it a black background. There we go. 0. See. So now so if this equals play, see, no matter what, anything besides one of these conditions will always default here, So then I can have some text in there, text. Let me just say quickly, hello, and then 100, 100. And hello. Okay, so I'm probably going to want that more in the center of the screen, so let's just set a general purpose kind of text attribute, which would be text align, like that. And I'm going to say center. Oops, sorry. Text align, I had to click in there one time, center, like that. Okay, so now instead of the text being aligned to its lower left corner, it's in its lower center. So I could even say center, let me copy this. Copy center, comma, center. There. Now it's centered this way and that way. So its X and Y are dead center in the middle of it there. So now I know that if I put this in the center of the screen, oops, there, that it's going to be perfectly centered, The other option, of course, is what was it, text align corner, I guess. Yeah, see. So now it's lower left corner here. See. So center, nice. If you want to have a nice title or something, up at the top of your screen there, let's make it 60, and I said 60, and there we go. And again, another universal call to the text size, we'll say 48 or something, there. So now every page will all have the same text size. If I independently wanted to change the text size on one of the pages that comes after that, now, of course, I can just go in there and say that when it gets to this page, the text size will be 36, you see. And this is credits page, me, okay, whoops. Okay, so I can make a new line here instead of having to grab this, and I want to make some more text down here. Okay, instead of grabbing that and putting some other stuff in here, whatever, and then moving it down. So that's one way of doing it. or I could just actually here add a new line, which is \n. Okay, and then now whatever comes after that will go on a new line. So I could copyright 2017. There you go. So, like again, so let's say I'm on page here. Page equals 1. There. So as you can see, if I want to work on any one page, now all I have to do is just change that variable. Variable to update page, to edit or whatever. Page, see? So if I want to go to page 2, see? I don't have a 2, it's going to default here, but okay, I'm going to add it page 2 now, so I'll just copy that and then click in there and go paste and then add a 2 here, see? So now I can, now I have just quickly generated another page, see? And then I can do another level, right? And then let's say, okay, and I'll show you a way to change pages if you're using a number system. Okay, let's say, let's just turn this into a 1, this into a 2, oops, this one into a 2, right, 3, and 4. Okay, so then clearly we'd be starting on page 1, right, and then I'm going to go up here at the top, outside of the draw function, I am going to create a mouse, M-O-U-S-E, clicked function equals function okay, oops, this, there, created a function. Okay, so now whenever the mouse is clicked, it's going to do something in here. What do we want it to do? We want it to take page value here and do what with it? Plus plus. There. So now when I click here, it will go to the next page. When I click again, it goes to the next page, goes to the next page, goes to, and it runs out of pages, see, and defaults to the credit page, you see, or game over, you see. That way, you can continue editing your program and adding levels, and you don't have to go back and change a whole bunch of things down the line to make it all stack up, you see. So that's one advantage to working numerically like that, then, of course, like now you know how to do rectangular collision, right? So you could easily, on page 1, you have a button, and you check if it's inside the rectangle, and you would do that in here now, so you would go inside the mouse clicked function if here page equals 1. See, there's your condition, and then whatever you want it to do, if you click on the button on sorry, I can't see what I'm typing there. If page equals 1 and you click the button, so this is going to be a compound if statement. You'd go out here, if, and in here you'd check all your button parameters. If page equals 1 and mouse X is greater than, less than the top, less than the right, and less than the bottom, right? Then page equals 2. There, you see. So then if I click on the button on page 1 now, it'll go to page 2. There you go. So that's how to change pages within your program.